I can make someone very happy, change their lives. I mean, a dog is something you're going to have for the next 10, 15 years. Boy, why would you get pay less for 15 years when you can get the nice Jordans? Come on. Don't get the pay less. Get the Jordans. Get the best ones.
Absolutely.
So I always invest in the best, and that's the way it should be.
Yes, sir.
Understand? And as far as like said, somebody says if I pull, yes, 100%. You can't go forward. The best, and I'm not going to get into heavy details. People should know, but I mean, it's the game of only the best. How can you not understand? It's only the best. There's no chance for anything else. That's only the best. So, do you have a question for me, my friend?
One last one, I guess I would ask is how important is it that you make sure you're breeding the proper standard of dog to the next proper standard of dog? I mean, I know you already got into that, but just because I know, you see it all the time, like you just said, the big head, big chest. Oh, he got this. Well, with beagles, and I don't want to get too far. Well, I want to breed this because this is the champion, or it's got the champion name. And I laughed because you made a statement, powerful statement about Macho Buck. We won't go into it too deep, but talking about the sons. And I laughed. I mean, tears coming out of my eyes. I laughed so hard because I think of the one son that you produced and how powerful and how true of a champion he really was versus a lot of the other imitations. Well, same thing with beagles, like you said, horses, sheepdogs, Jack Russells, doesn't matter what it is. Same exact thing. You breed this dog just because it's title dog or it's got this many ribbons and all this other stuff, and you didn't do your research to look at that dog and pay attention to that dog to the core and see what it's really made of underneath that fur and that look and those ribbons, then you just another guy, just breeding the breed. But you said something so powerful. So that was the question, how important is it outside of getting those students to have that proper standard every single time that you make that breeding?
My friend, that's a fantastic question with a very complex reply to your question. The fact is there is levels. So because there is so many levels, you can only shoot to the highest level. You got to be able to recognize that. Most people are stuck on not knowing the details of what are the very best of the best. But you got to understand something, that the standards that are written by the best people, and let's just say in the Pit Bulls, you got to register like let's say just the UKC, for instance. And the UKC got a standard, and they say, well, the people got to be like the standard right here that we have written down or whatever. They draw it out themselves. But the standard comes from the dogman, because the American Pit Bull Terrier is a dog that is continually going through an evolution path. It's a controlled evolution done by the greatest dogman on earth. Whether you're talking about Earth Tudor, whether you're talking about Victor Eckhart, whether you're talking about the great Mr. Crenshaw, whether you're talking about some of the greatest people. There's many men, I can't mention them all. But these men set a path of their choice of what was the best. So that was the standard. Some of them were high, some of them were lower. But the dogs kind of keep on going, hopping back. And you can tell, if you look at the dogs back, the half and a half that came to the United States, look at the colors, look at the shape, look at the size. If your standards are that standards back there, then you screw. You got to look at the standards that they're going forward because of that performance. That performance dictates the standards, my friend. That performance. So it goes from those dogs, from the Kobe dogs that had all the stains, black and white. That was the level, that was the standards. But then the dogs became black, and they become good at being black. And all of a sudden, they start to become red. And oh my God, so the red noses are the one that qualifies. It's a qualification game. It's a qualification game. So, for instance, on the American Pit Bull Terrier, and I'm not referring anything about dog fighting because this is not about dog fighting. Dog fighting today is historic. In the United States, I tell you guys, please respect your laws so you don't get in trouble. I can't get in trouble because I'm very far, but I don't want you guys to get in trouble. But I'll say something else. I'll say that because it's a controlled environment, I'll say this. That controlled environment will give you the color. It's very funny because the guys in China, they changed the size of the pit, which is the box with they used to fight dogs. And what happens is they change the animal. Instead of being so beautiful and athletic, he changed. And he became for different animals. So I was just in China 2 weeks ago, and we're talking about this. And I said, guys, you need to learn this. Listen to what I'm telling you. The size of the pit is changing your animals. So you got to go back to, whenever you're in trouble, you go back to the ABCs. if that's what you want to do. Now, for the pet people, for the people that love their dogs, love them. Just love them. But understand that the standard right now is set by the greatest dogs. Right now, I would say, you can't have a judge walk into a show ring and says, hey, man, I really like that dog. Hey, I told the guy, I said, don't look at the show champions if you want to be a good judge. Take a look at those great dogs, performing dogs. Look at the picture of Grand Champion Mayday. Look at the picture of Champion Awesome Buck. Look at the picture of the great dogs. Look at the picture of Yellow and all these dogs. Don't tell me that dog don't fit the standards, because he created the standards. The very best created the standards. They didn't get there because of that, whatever the reason. So the standards will be made by the dogmen. No institution can go over my head. We create the standards, and the standards don't come because I say so. The standards come because the dogs perform, and those that perform, they earn the right to dictate the standards. You look at them and say, that is an American Pit Bull Terrier. That goes above me. It goes above everyone. The dog is the man.
Man, wow. Well, there you have it, folks. That's Mr. Don Chico.